How you doing? I'm Darren with Kickin Barbecue. If this is your first time to the channel, then welcome. If you've been here before, then welcome back. Today, we're talking brisket. I need to cook this brisket for an SCA competition that I'm doing next weekend. And the ancillary is grilled cheese, so I'm doing chopped brisket grilled cheese. And it just so happened that my friends over at Porter Road sent me this brisket. This is a dry age brisket, and it feels extremely tender. It's got nice marbling. It's a little bit smaller, which is fine with me because I want this to be a quick cook. I'm gonna be cooking out on the Gateway drum smoker. We're gonna be running Blues Hog lump charcoal with some pecan chunks. We're gonna be running at 300 degrees. It's gonna be kind of a hot and fast. I've actually never done a full packer brisket on my drum. I usually do flats for competition. So I'm looking forward to finally cooking a full packer on the drum. We're just gonna throw it on there, get it cooked up. I'm gonna be chopping this, but I'll obviously slice it and show you how it looks sliced. But yeah, I'm gonna be chopping it and throwing on the grilled cheese, and that's gonna be my ancillary turn in. Let's bring you in and get this brisket prepped up. All right guys, so you can see we have our brisket here. Really nice marbling here in the point. Flat looks pretty decent. There's some good marbling in there. Like I said, it's a little on the smaller side, but that is okay with me. Everything I've ever had from Porter Road is absolutely delicious. And if you're interested in trying this brisket, I will go ahead and leave a link down below for you to go ahead and order one for yourself. So brisket process, pretty simple. We're running Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub. Gonna go ahead and hit the bottom. We're not using a binder today. I don't think they're really necessary. We're gonna be cooking fat side down today because our heat source on our drum is below the brisket and we wanna be able to protect the meat. If you're interested on how I trim this brisket, I'll leave a link up top to one of my other brisket videos where I do go ahead and trim a brisket. Get her flipped over, and we'll just hit the top. And if you haven't tried the Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub, it's absolutely phenomenal. I love it on brisket. I love it on everything. And I'll have a link down below if you want to give it a shot. You can order it through Suckle Busters, and I promise you will love it. So we're gonna go ahead and get that pressed in. All right, now that we got the brisket seasoned up, I'm gonna let it sit here, let that rub kind of start to melt into it, and I'll pick back up when we're outside at the Gateway. Okay guys, and just to kind of show you my setup here, I do have a water pan on the left side, and then I have the right side open. We're gonna start the brisket off on the right side, kind of put the hammer to it, and then maybe after an hour we'll flip it over the water pan. We just have a safe zone and then a hot zone there. So just kind of want to show you my setup. You can see we got the pecan chunks on. There's 4 small ones on there, less than the size of my fist. These drums do a great job of smoking, so you don't need a lot of wood in there to get a good smoke flavor. So go ahead and grab the brisket and we'll get it on. All right guys, you can see we got our brisket on there. It's looking good already. We got good color, we got good smoke rolling. So we're just gonna let this thing go for about an hour, and we'll come out and check it, see how it's looking. If we need to, we'll spin the grate, get it over the safe zone. If it's starting to dry out, maybe we'll spritz it, but we're just gonna kind of play it by ear. We're running at 300 degrees. We're just gonna let this thing go and do its thing. So we will check back in about an hour. All right guys, it has been 1 hour. You can see our brisket starting to get some really nice color. Still got a long ways to go on it. I'm gonna let this thing ride out for probably about another half hour to an hour, right where it is, and then I'm gonna spin it and get it over that water. But I just wanted to show you how it's looking. Starting to get some really nice color. But yeah, I'm gonna let it roll where it is, and I'll probably come out and spin it in about a half hour. I'm not gonna bring you back for that, but I'll bring you back probably in about 2 hours and see how it's looking. All right guys, it's been another 3 hours. You can see our brisket's looking good. We got some nice color here. I did flip it over and just get a little sizzle going on this side. So at this point, it's looking good. We're gonna get it inside and get it wrapped up, and I'll pick back up when we're back out here. All right guys, so I decided to go ahead and show the process on how I wrap, just in case anyone out there is curious. I don't want to leave anything out, even though this is a semi-quick video and we're just kind of showing the process on the can. But like I said, I did end up flipping this brisket over. You can see kind of the lines here from where the grate was, just to get a little bit of sizz and a little bit of color. Because it's such a moist environment, you do get a little bit of trouble getting a bark set on here. So if you just flip it over and let it roll, it does a wonderful job on there. So we're about 4.5 hours into this cook, and this brisket's at 175 degrees, so it's not going to take much longer. But I'm going to go ahead and get this wrapped up now. All right, and there it is. It's all wrapped up, so it's nice and protected. I'm gonna get this back on the cooker. I'll check it in probably about an hour and see where it's at. So I'm gonna get this back on, and I will bring you back in an hour when we go ahead and check the internal temperature on this. All right, guys, it's been 6.5 hours since we've had this brisket on. We're gonna go ahead and just check it. I checked it a little bit ago. Oh yeah, probing like butter. That is feeling really good. I'm really digging that. So 6.5 hours on that cook. I'm gonna get this inside, let it rest for 2 hours, and I'll bring you back when it's time to slice into it. So we will see you then. All right, guys, so it's been about 2 hours. We're gonna go ahead and slice into this brisket. You can see it really shrunk down. It fits in a half pan, but that's okay. Like I said, I'm using this for chopped brisket next weekend at a competition. So we're gonna get this sliced up, see how it looks, and then once we're done with the taste test, I'm gonna get it chopped up, get it vacuum sealed, and into the freezer for next weekend. So let's bring you in and check out this brisket. Check that out. Nice jiggly, tiny little brisket, but looks good. We got nice bark on there. I'll take that. That's not a bad looking brisket. So let's go ahead and just get some goodness over the top of it. That looks pretty good there. Now at this point, we are just gonna slice on into it. See how we did. Oh yeah. Cutting nice, looking good. Nice little smoke ring, nice and moist. I'll take that. Fat's rendered down nicely, soft, pillowy. Oh yeah, nice brisket, very tender, holds up under its own weight there, pulls apart effortlessly. I'd say that's a pretty good brisket. We got a lot of moisture in there, looking good. Let's go ahead and give her a slice down the middle here and see how that looks. Nice fatty, nice and juicy there. It's looking good. I'll take that all day. Heck yeah. Not too bad of a brisket if I say so myself. Go ahead and take that chunk off. Yeah, best bite on the brisket right there. Go ahead and get that. Cutting like butter right there. That's some goodness. See how it looks here? Some sweet fatty, nice and juicy, nice bark. Heck yeah, I'll take that all day. That's brisket. All right, let's bring you guys out and we'll do a little taste test. All right, guys, first things first, I'm going in for a piece of the burnt end here because that cut like a dream. Very nice, feels very tender. Melts in your mouth like butter. Great flavor. That dry age flavor from Porter Road is actually really good. I wasn't sure what to expect with that on a brisket, but very good, very moist. I'm not sure what the grade was on this, prime or choice. To be honest, I've cooked choices that look as good as prime, and I've cooked prime that looks as good as choice. Find a well-marbled brisket, it's gonna be good. I'm going in for another beefy pillow. Very, very good. All right, now let's get into the lean or the flat. Looks good. Tastes great. Super beefy. Really nice beef flavor on there. I'm really digging that. And last but not least, we're going to go in for some of the fatty. And I'm just going to take this bark piece right here because it looks absolutely awesome. Go ahead and slice into that. Yep, it's tender. It's juicy. I mean, it's a good brisket. I love brisket. Really good flavor from the pecan smoke. Super quick cook, about 6.5. Then we rested it. So yeah, if you guys got any cans and you want to cook this at home, go ahead and give it a shot. Like I said, looks good. Nice bark, nice fat render. I mean, I don't know what else you want in a brisket, but this is delicious. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, stay safe, and we will see you next time.